You get the engagement, the big stun comes out from the Zeshian, the glorious pathway comes out from Hylo. Suddenly, the Sora, who can take a lot of damage, who can dish out a lot of damage, has been left alone for like 6 seconds on the back line of the enemy. And you're like, guys, anytime you feel like, meanwhile, these guys are drudging their way through a glorious pathway to try to close the distance, and then you've lost the biggest offensive front wall by the time you're able to kind of close the distance there. So, I mean, I feel like there's just there's multiple parts of this, not just not just the Sky Piercer, but like, man, just some of those engagements just went really well for Stamina. And then you got to a point where even when you two had successful engagements, they were able to, they get flipped around on behind them to the point that Granger, Sky Piercer wasn't going to save or not having a Sky Piercer wasn't going to save the Granger from the Leomord chasing him down. I was actually amazed how far back into the line he was able to get, and he was able to get away as well. So it's just amazing plays there, led by Dez, and the rest of Stamina Esports starting to come online. And that's why I said, like, that's why I'm big on you two. You need to just get to that point. Get to the point where everybody's on the same wavelength, that they're going to be able to beat this team right now from what we're seeing from Stamina Esports.
I am a daughter of Northern Vale.
Yeah, moving into now the fourth game. I know Kronos earlier had a little bit of a prediction of how the matches are gonna go, and definitely seems like it right there. Stamina is picking up that momentum, loss of confidence. I think coming off a win like that in the third game, there's a really high chance that they're able to win this one. What do you think?
I think back-to-back games is what gives Stamina Esports the momentum that they need. They've found their footing now. It's okay. A lot of the picks that are already banned out, the Guinevere, the Phobias, the Harley, they're super solid. But I think Stamina Esports can definitely work around it. But if you're U2 Esports, now is the time where you start pulling up some of these picks that you didn't get in your hands previous time, like the Glues, the Kajas, maybe even the Hylos could come through. The Leomord's a pick that they can pick straight off in the first phase, so it doesn't get banned out of the next phase. So I think if you're U2 Esports right now, find combos to make it work. I mean, just pull a page out of Stamina's playbook. Just take the Leomord and Hylos and make it work, because it's super hard to stop. So I think Stamina Esports definitely have a lesser to pick in terms of the hero pool right now.
We're getting to a point where I love where we got almost 2 full rows of heroes that are unavailable for both of these teams, where we're gonna have to start seeing maybe some crafty things in some of these positions. Finally, Boxia makes it to a prime pickup. I know there's been a lot of questions about how good Boxia is, that he's always getting banned, that he's always kind of like taken off of a lot of drafts, and it's just because, especially for like, he's just has a great clear. He's able to counter a lot of the magic meta, the mage meta that we have. Magic damage, magic items are so cheap now that a lot of magic users can get those very fast. Boxia withstands that very well. The anti-heal that comes clutch on there, but as a team of 5 people, you can get in there, you can get the picks with a little assistance from your team. You're going to be able to get away on a Boxia, and I feel like that sometimes is something that a lot of people they misunderstand, especially if you try playing Boxia as a solo queue or as a duo queue. He needs the team support behind him. You can do great things with him. Ooh, early game for both of these teams is going to be outstanding.
I do think U2 would have a even more aggressive early game with Hilda, though.
Your team is banning.
I like it. I like it. I was looking at the Khalid and Lilia being picked up, and in my head instantly I was like, U2 Esports, Hilda needs to lock it in. don't let it go to the second phase, and they lock that in instantly. You're able to match the aggression coming out from Stamina Esports. Fredrin being picked up right now, so it's gonna be a lot more slow pace, a lot more of a funnel in this game. They're looking to funnel down in the goal lane, but what's left open? If you're U2 Esports, you have the Claude. That's the most clutch pick that could come through right now. But for Stamina, the carry's gone, the Claude is gone, the Herod is gone as well. So maybe the Moskov is a good choice. But if you're U2, you can take out the Moskov, take out maybe even the Beatrix to a certain extent, right? Not allow Lil Rosa to play those goal lanes where he has the space right now. He has the peel to dish out the damage. Maybe even the Granger possibly.
I was just about to say maybe it's about time to see if Little Rosa's Granger can match up to Diamonds, to see if because that would be a great and excellent pick up here too as well, and gives you a lot of wiggle room when it comes to being able to dash away. Oh, yeah, they're going to go ahead and take that off the board as well. So we're really kind of not too big of a focus onto mid lane, but a lot of great picks already taken off of the board when it comes to being this late in the draft. Valentina is going to be very interesting. I do like the picks so far. You don't really have any game-changing ultimates that she can take, except for the Raging Sandstorm from Khalid. That's going to be one that you're going to have to watch out for coming out from a U2 here.
I like the Uranus being banned out. That shows that Stamina Esports probably gonna go for a little. I mean, Moskov is probably the only choice that's left because they can't pick up the Claude. So if I was U2 Esports, just ban out the Moskov and get the Claude for yourself. And probably Stamina Esports will wait for that goal lane pick until the end. They could pick up the EXP. They haven't picked up the Phoveus yet, and I think they're looking to pick up the Phoveus. They want to play front to back, and Phoveus is looking like a monster right now if you're Stamina Esports. But for U2's benefit, they do have the Valentina, so they can take away that Infernal Pursuit with the IMU. So there goes the Moskov. I think Phoveus is a no-brainer here for you, Stamina Esports. U2 Esports probably gonna go Claude plus something.
And if you go with Claude, I'm trying to. The only answer that I have left. I'm thinking.
Oh, this is nice. This is nice.
If they go Claude, I think the only that's only if you're like concerned about the gold lane, because then you have a Leslie on your team, and it's like, okay, we're gonna have to get to that. I always joke, it's like you're just waiting for that 20-minute power spike for them to really come online. Terizla, I feel like Terizla is a decent pickup here, especially if Boxy is going to be like lingering into that turtle pit, into that Lord pit, as well as it takes it away from countering against the Fredrin there. Ooh, you said shit. That's what I hadn't calculated.
Yeah, this is what I was telling her. Yusung Shin plus CC would make so well, because now not a lot of picks left in the goal lane, because they can't pick up the Claude anyway on the other side. So now you're really putting the work into the Stamina Esports. CC is great against the Fredrin, great against the Tursla, great against the Khalid, because you can melt down whoever comes in. Now they're cornered into a Bruno Stamina Esports. So this is really well played from U2 Esports, just pushing Stamina Esports to the limit and cornering Lil Rosa into a Bruno pick, which is not going to do super well against the Yisun Shin, nor a Boxia, nor a CC, nor a Hilda. You need this Bruno to start scaling fast if you're Stamina Esports. Otherwise, it's going to be a hard time, because they don't really have any source of damage apart from the Bruno as well as the Lilia. Terizla, yes, got a lot of damage in the early game, but I think it's going to come down to a lot of these micro trades.
So what do we see? It's a Bruno pick that we haven't really. Have we seen any Bruno? We've seen once, maybe?
He's very prevalent. He's very prevalent when it comes to the South as well, not just because of the damage he can do to teams, but sometimes if they kind of steer away from the damage he can do to like to players and characters and stuff like that, his sieging ability onto towers and stuff like that is almost uncanny. So I want to say that if you're Stamina Esports, I'm kind of looking, can I get the advantage? Can I get to these lanes and kind of push back hard enough to let Bruno really do his thing? That's going to be the big question for me.
Yeah. I think early, right? Early game is what Stamina Esports needs to play for, and early into Lil Rosa, so that Lil Rosa can scale much faster. Bruno is super strong if you allow him the space to dish out the damage, if you're able to take those towers like Private said, and also like allowing the Bruno to free hit the opposition, because he needs to build crit damage. And if they're able to negate it by building those Chastis Pauldron, maybe even the blade armor to a certain extent, then yes, the Bruno's gonna have a hard time. But once Bruno starts getting those malefic guns, the Haas claws, he's almost going to be unkillable, because he's going to be able to get those life steals back up so fast. The HP is going to come out so fast. He's going to be able to shred down the opposition. And we remember when Bruno was kind of broken with that malefic gun, when it had a slight bit of extra range, right? The only hero that could outrange him in the game was a Layla that was back in what, M6 if I'm not wrong. So I think Bruno definitely has a lot of damage, and he got nerfed pretty hard after that, so fell down the pecking order. But yes, Bruno is super solid if he's allowed the space in the early game, and also gets the aggression from his teammates to allow to shine in the early.
And we're gonna go into the. Are we starting? Sorry. Done.
Oh.
We're not starting. We're starting with something else. We're starting with diamond drops. Okay, everybody, let me see you in the chat. Okay, so how the diamond drop works, brought to you by Bonox, is make sure you are active in our chat. So the mods in the chat are gonna ask you questions, so make sure you engage with the mods. The people with the best answers or comments, you're most likely gonna get those diamonds. All right. So
yeah, it's just a little way for them to go ahead and give back to you guys, especially for we appreciate you guys waiting. Stay active, stay talking in the chat respectfully, and you might earn yourself a couple of diamonds to be able to get one of those favorite skins you've been peeking at.
What skin do you guys want?
And the new Alice skin is out, isn't it? Alice or Aurora? Which one is it?
Alice. It's a very, very beautiful skin. I do want it. I just don't know how to use Alice. Somebody teach me how to play Alice. But definitely,
you just got a view like of every single Alice player right now in MCT. So Layla, you should be knowing how to
easy
play.
Easy
peasy. Yep. And easy peasy, we have the whole list locked in. Looking at stamina, I really like the Teresa pick, so we can see what he can do with that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you have just joined us, we are going through a war right now that Stamina Esports have been mounting for their ability here. They are going on a best of 5 against U2 Esports, possibly game point for Stamina Esports.
Yep, Stamina Esports match point, and this is what they need to do: get the game in the hands of Lil Rosa. It's not about Dez anymore, and you can see Sykes is making sure they can stop the early rotation. Zultra taking out Super with a quick sand guard to slow them down. Sykes might be on the chopper block, and he gets first blooded by Yomel, and Stamina Esports instantly on the board.
On the list of things you want to go your way in the early game, dying would not be one of them. Sykes just got a little too confident in his ability, immediately tried to dive onto Yomel, but Stamina Esports able to slow him down and turn that around onto him.
Yeah, and you can see Dez already taking out super low. Zultra's trying to put up the pressure as much as possible, but they're not able to pounce on him, so able to get away again. And I think if you're U2 Esports, you're starting to get a little tilted.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a little bit of frustration. I mean, these guys, they've been playing, they've been coming through the last 3 weeks. Just gonna take a little bit more probably for them to get a little bit more frustrated out there as well. Taking a look at some of these emblems, not too much coming out. Concussive blasts on the side of U2 Esports when it comes to the Boxia pickup and the Hilda, as well as 2 concussive blasts on the side of Stamina Esports when it comes to being able to kind of get some of that clearing speed for both of these teams. First turtle up on the board.
Well, and Instinct's already hit level 4, so I don't think he really cares about the wave that's coming in. There you can see making the rotation fast. Sykes getting the turtle started, 5,000 HP. Ricky stopping as much as possible. Ziggy goes into the back line. A lot of damage being dished out. You can see Retribution in the hands of Sykes, able to secure that. Instinct taking out super low, the help of the curtain call, but still Zultra's the first to fall as they trade Instinct back. So U2 Esports, along with the turtle, they get a kill.
Yeah. Yeah, and then unfortunately for Stamina Esports, just not in a great position to be able to take advantage of that first turtle there. U2 Esports doing a great job. Sykes able to kind of stand in there in the middle to be able to kind of get that, but unfortunate for the side of Stamina there. 1-2 right now. The lead currently going to Stamina.
Oh, Puig gonna go down, and they trade one back. So this time, I'd say Stamina kind of getting the better of the trade, but with the EXP and the roam, but U2 Esports had a lot more bodies on the top side, so more assists being racked up if you're U2 Esports. So yes, they're starting to get more gold in their hands, but you can see now they're looking to pounce upon Lil Rosa. Cameraman's got to show up the top side. The Raging Sandstorm for a disengage as well, and they're still not able to get the kill, but Ziggy still under the tower, has to flicker out of harm's way, and Zultra trying to run away at the same time. Mission abort from U2 Esports as Stamina Esports find a way to get one back.
Yeah, and that's amazing job there by Stamina Esports. They're getting dove underneath the tower. They're able to look at, and now they're pushing onto the side of U2 Esports. AK actually might be in a little bit of trouble here, is able to clear out those minions wisely. But Stamina Esports, they see the problem up at top. They're able to close the ranks very quickly, even catching Zultra, trying to find an escape there quickly. So a great job by them so far. So we're taking a look at some of the damage dealt out here, and top 2 right now going to Stamina Esports.
Yeah, and you can see it's Ricky as well on that Khalid. The early pressure is on. You can see Zultra just hanging around as well. Just hundreds difference at this point. And Stamina Esports, as long as they're able to get away with these small fights, right, it's looking good for their side. Zultra just taking a lot of damage. The Raging Sandstorm committed quite early. They do get the turtle, but Stamina Esports got the jump. Penalties on captain 3 members, and Dez walks over the taunt as well. Ziggy gets taken down, and now they get a double in the hands of Yomel. This is the moment Stamina Esports were looking for, and they're putting the pedal to the metal.
Not just that, but now you've got Lil Rosa up at the top making mincemeat of your tower. But man, can we talk about that penalty zone? On to 3 members of U2, and then finishing the job there with an Appraiser's Wrath coming down from Dez. 2-7 right now. Stamina Esports fighting for this lead, about a 3K gold lead for them.
And U2 Esports needs to find answers, or those Stamina Esports are going to start pulling away. And this is what we were talking about, right, Private? That Bruno is going to start coming online much faster than U2 Esports would like.
Yeah, and especially now that the Stamina Esports have shown that they don't really need Lil Rosa in any of these fights just yet, that's going to make a lot of these objective fights a little bit more troublesome for U2 Esports. They need all 5 members there, which is, and if they lose that fight, you're losing that fight, plus the towers going down to Lil Rosa as we focus on this mid.
Yeah, and I think Ziggy, if I was Ziggy, I'd probably look to take that penalty zone, right, instead of the Raging Sandstorm at this point. It's much more of a useful tool with the help of the flicker that you have. You can see the Raging Sandstorm coming from a mile away. Although Inke right now gets that Mountain Shocker started, Sykes taken down, and Instinct gets taken away. Inke able to get that kill. Now the Raging Sandstorm coming in from Ricky, flanking from the side, looking to get a lot more done. Dez wants to get the taunt onto them, and U2 Esports find a kill and disengage.
Well, I want to say the penalty zone is one part of what makes Instinct a little bit troublesome, but it's those 3 shots he's able to do that really do a ton of damage. And it's just and that is something that the Ziggy is not going to be able to replicate. Ooh, there might be a little bit of engagement here for this turtle.
Oh, turtle. Sykes able to get this one. Dez
half HP. They get the Operator's Wrath drop down. Zults are taking a lot of damage, trying to run away, but seems he'll be going down indeed. As Instinct's able to pick up the kill. Now Sykes is next on the chopper block as they get the penalty zone down, slowing him down as much as possible. The taunt coming in as well as Pika picks up a kill on Ricky, and Dez able to find another 2-for-1 trade. And Stamina Esports are starting to walk into YouTube, and Lil Rosa, it was nowhere to be seen, and now we're gonna start looking at this Bruno pop off as well.
Stamina Esports, every single time that you see, all three turtles have gone to U2 Esports, but there needs to be a plan after that, because as Stamina Esports, they're like, I didn't hear no bell, and they continue to chase down U2 Esports after these engagements, and I feel like U2's just not ready. They get the turtle, and they're just like, all right, that wraps up our job, and then they're getting caught in the jungle, caught trying to make an escape here. Taking a look at it right now, you do see a 1,000 gold lead there for Dez. Has claws have been picked up for Little Rosa. Oh, Dez!
Massive shutdown. NK able to get him, and just as he needed the endless battle as well. So now NK is going to start racking up these kills. He's got 3 in his pocket, and Lil Rosa gets the Berserker's Fury. Now it's going to be a battle of the goal laners to see who can dish out the damage, but you can see on the top side they already popped the Holy Shield. Now from U2 Esports, and Instinct taking a lot of damage. There comes the penalty zone along with the Raging Sandstorm from behind, as Pika is able to get the kill with the help of the Yo-Yo Blitz. NK getting a tower on the bot side, so they're working the map, and they're splitting Stamina Esports apart.
Yeah, and doing a good job of it. They're forcing Stamina to kind of close ranks around each other here, but they're not able to put off the damage. This is what they don't want to fight, and this is what you were afraid of. The Bruno being in these 5-on-5 fights where Bruno's not going to be able to do much against a lot of the mobility that you have from U2 Esports. He's shining right now when it comes to being able to take down these towers. Ooh, Ricky.
Oh, no. Ricky taking a lot of damage, gets terrified as well, trying to make it harm's way, but Yomel coming in, a lot of glooms being bursted down, and going the Raging Sandstorm. Little Rosa's free hitting from the side, he gets a kill in his pocket, and now slides in. And Stamina Esports find their footing just before the Lord.
It is a rule, apparently, that if you are playing a Khalid, you are not allowed to recall back to base, apparently. Because Ricky, he said 10% health doesn't matter. 10%, speaking of 10%, there's only a little bit left on his Lord.
Well, they're able to secure it, and you can see a lot of damage coming out in the mid lane from Pika onto Ricky, who's still able to surf out of harm's way. And U2 Esports only got the 1 tower on the bot side, and there's already a Lord marching in.
A Lord marching in right now, and a good, I was gonna say not a huge gold lead coming out from them. Oh man, but you can already say a Berserker's Fury coming out from the side of Little Rosa as well. 2 items there. It is being matched up by the side of Inke. I just feel like the worth, you're just getting so much more out of Little Rosa right now. Ooh, and he's picked up that Malefic gun too as well, so he's gonna have the range that a lot of people are already afraid of when it comes to a lot of these Bruno pickups. We might see him become more of a factor in a lot of these fights as well.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be a big factor, and not just Lil Rosa, Yomel on this Lily as well. These glooms are going to start hurting, and they're not even going to see it coming, because Ultra and Sykes are going to get melted down. The Lord is crashing on the top side as he gets the aggro on the tower, and the other thing for U2 Esports, they don't have any sort of wave clear whatsoever. InK's trying his best to get the Lord down. Mid lane inhibitor is going to be the next one being seized by Stamina, and Sykes has to go in. A lot of damage being dished down. Rosa able to get that inhibitor, and Dez with the rest of Stamina Esports moving like a unit.
Oh, 2 of them got caught there. Might be a little bit of a turnaround. Ricky comes in with a healing there to just as a little bit of a mock there. Down to just the 1 more high ground for the side of U2 Esports. This is the Stamina Esports everybody has been wanting to see. A well-oiled machine. They're going in together. They're communicating. This is what I want to say casters and viewers have been wanting to see from Stamina and Dez as we go on for this last high ground tower.
Yeah, and I think if you're U2 Esports, you want to put everything on the line. This could possibly be the last game that they're playing in the MCT, AMER North. And it's match point for Stamina Esports. They're looking to end it all. U2 Esports want to take it to a game number 5. And Ricky's looking to hit that Raging Sandstorm at any point. So the clear is present from U2 Esports. They're using Ziggy as much as possible. But the damage from Stamina Esports just overwhelming. NK getting caught. I don't think it's a wise idea. Ricky forward as NK flickers out of harm's way. Rosa taking a lot of damage at the same time, so 2 flickers burnt for 1, and the inhibitor on the bot side's barely hanging.
There was a collective gasp I heard from viewers a little bit there as you saw that flicker come in from Ricky. It's like, oh, we're a little greedy. We're only about 3K ahead. Let's calm it down a little bit. But wisely, Stamina Esports going to go ahead and reset on the map as this next Lord looking to take shape on the land of Dawn. U2 Esports fighting for their survival in the AMER tournament north right now as Stamina Esports begin on this Lord.
They got a conceal going on as well. Both sides using it early. The Lord's 20,000 HP right now. Sykes trying to roll his way on the backside, able to get their retribution. NK comes in as well with the help of the Mountain Shocker, now putting them in place. 5,000 people. What a penalty zone coming in. Now Freddy's right drops down on NK as they get a massive shutdown. And Sykes going to be next on the chopper block. Lil Rosa finds the kill, but they trade one back. Dez gets the Lord. A lot of damage being dished down. 2 for 2 trade. Black shoes to make sure Ziggy gets out of harm's way. Oh no, it's looking dire if you're U2 Esports, because the base crystal needs to be defended.
Oh man, and that is an unfortunate fight for U2 Esports. It looked like they had a great focus going into there. They were able to push back the Fredrin. Dez wasn't able to get the retribution, and they did a great job of kind of holding them there. But as the skills started lining up, and Stamina Esports able to back up U2, they got the Lord now and got some kills under their belt as well. That was a huge gap when it comes to damage.
Yeah, definitely was indeed. And I liked how NK got a little aggressive into Yomel, forcing out the Purify, so giving them a little bit more breathing room. They're saying they're not down and out of the competition yet. It's still there, and the moment could come at any single point, but I think the moment could be now, because the waves are starting to crash in. Zultra is off guard, off position, I'd say, and Stamina Esports looking to get this inhibitor on the bot side. I don't know if they want to collapse, because U2 Esports, again, they don't have the wave clear. They're looking to slow down NK. He gets back, flickers out of harm's way, gets into the base, the fountain, to make sure he gets his HP back up. And you can take a look at the items, start to rack up as well. Private, an Ice Queen wand along with the Queen's Wings. Stamina don't want to wait 90 seconds. They want to end it all.
Yeah, I was about to say they need to start ending it all. You don't want to get too far back and play too safe here as they're looking to close this one out.
Oh my God, 3-man penalty zone as Dez goes in, gets a taunt as well at the same time. Zultra on the back line, catching Rosa off guard. A lot of damage being dished down. Ricky missing with the Raging Sandstorm. Pika UXP standing tall with the help of the Yo-Yo Blitz. And right now he has a big part to play as he gets his hands on the Hunter Strike. And Rosa taking a lot of damage. I don't think it's wise. He flickers out as well. I think Stamina Esports are playing with the feelings of their fans at the moment, making sure everybody gets those big gasps, because U2 Esports look like they can bounce back.
Yeah, Little Rosa kind of get very, very close. There's a lot of faith put into that flicker that he had there. He was able to go ahead and get away. You can see up there when it comes to the damage, man, Yomel and Little Rosa just absolutely dishing it out, but now looking to close the distance.
Not the Kumar push of the box here as well. Ricky, Immortality's popped, and I think he's going to go down, but look at the black shoes coming out from Ziggy. Dez is there. A Blaze Rat drops down, but not a lot of damage. Ricky's taken out, and now Instinct able to get that one back. So for 1-for-1 trade, but still Stamina Esports get the better as Dez still makes it out alive.
Yeah, he makes it out alive, but we're starting to see the shifting of these group fights. They're able to get the jump on the Stamina Esports. Stamina Esports lost almost 2 members. Rookie went down very quickly. Dez was almost on the chopping block as well, but that might actually spell doom when it comes to this Lord. The only saving grace they have right now is there are minions crowding around their core.
No, Purify. Yomel popped it a little too early, and now they get the shutdown. NK gets popped as well by Lil Rose. Rosa. Zultra flickers out of harm's way, trying to run. Appraised Raptors drop down, but this is the range of Rosa that we're talking about. The Bruno started to come online at the right moment. The waves are crashing in. They got no wave clear. And Stamina Esports looking to end it all. Pika UXP trying to buy some time, looking to take down Rosa, but the Wind of Nature coming in clutch, along with the penalty zone from Ziggy, but it's only delaying the inevitable as Stamina Esports look to get a wipeout and now take game number 4 as they lock in and move on in MCT AMER North and say goodbye to U2 Esports as they're able to close out this best of 5, 3-1.
7-1-4 for Little Rose, aptly ending that with a triple kill as well. All ye of little faith who thought that Stamina Esports had wrote its last check after that very rough first game, able to answer back.
And answer back they did. What an amazing game. We at the end there, we thought maybe U2 could come back, but no, it was just too much momentum for Stamina.
Look at the smile from Layla. The biasness.
and that makes it so that they are gonna stay around, continue in the playoff runs. So we're gonna see Stamina another day. And unfortunately for U2, that is the end of their playoffs run. They'll be going home today.
A great game there played. I think executed it. I feel like it was a great point out by Kranitz when it comes to team fights. This is Little Rosa was not going to shine in a lot of those team fights, especially in the early to mid game. But what I've been seeing, especially when it comes to the South, is just the sieging ability you get from him. You don't want to focus on too much of those team fights in the early game. He just lit up towers to the point that, I mean, you've got Instinct, you've got Dez, two people that can dive deep underneath those towers. Meanwhile, Little Rosa is just putting on the boots, putting on the damage onto there. So a great executed game here. And by the time they were actually turning into team fights, Little Rosa had already picked up the Malefic gun. He already had the range he needed to really start dishing out damage.
I think I was taking a look at Little Rosa's emblem, right? I think that's the reason he didn't have the extra bit of oomph in the early game. Went for a fighter emblem with the Festival of Blood, so able to sustain a lot more in these team fights and even in the laning phase. But that being the difference maker on how much damage he could dish out in the early game and once he got the damage in the late game. So I think that being a way that Stamina Esports could win out in the laning phase as well against the Eastern Shin. But U2 Esports, right? This is a replay of game number 2 of what happened, and now we're back at the round 3, and now we're back at the replay of game number 4. You can see that Pika UXP, this penalty zone, right, Private?
Yeah, it was huge, and then followed up by Dez with the damage coming down from the Appraiser's Wrath there. I mean, as much as I want to say it was just on Little Rosa, but like the zoning ability coming out from Instinct on this Terizla. I know we don't see Terizla too often here, but yeah, just a great pickup by Stamina Esports to really kind of turn around this fight.
Yeah, and I want to say one thing that we haven't really, we kind of overlooked is Yomel with his mages always being able to kind of always deal the continuous damage while they're doing all the fights.
And I think kind of showing that Stamina Esports is not just a one-man team, not a one-man army. Everyone was able to step up to the plate when it mattered. Even Ricky doing an absolutely fantastic job on this Khalid. I mean, I would say 40% of this Raging Sandstorm kind of missed, but at the same time was able to apply the pressure and move certain pieces into certain positions, which allowed Stamina Esports to get the victory and the MVP this time. Coming around, hey, we got him finally. Demon Time Dez, 4-1-12. And Private, you were right. After the penalty zone was dropped, him going in, not just landing the Appraiser's Wrath, but getting the taunt to pull those 3-4 members that are caught in the chain to be slowed down a little bit more is what we see. We see Dez on the Assassins quite a lot, but not a tanky EXP. I mean, we've seen other players get this Fredrin MVP quite a lot, but not Dez.
It's for me personally, the flashiest. I'm not gonna lie, Frederick, sometimes I feel like, "Ooh," when I see him out there. But I mean, he plays his role. He's a tank for his team. He's able to really create the distance between the back line. He gets the taunt. He can be in front of the enemy. He is